tonight. I have got something planned for you that hopefully you will enjoy on this fine Thursday. It is Thursday, everyone. Thursday evening. And I am here. And I am here to entertain you. And thank you very much to the Ohana Festival. First, thank you for having me at all to play. Second, thank you very much for having me play this Instagram Live. I love doing this. I like talking to the people here. I like entertaining people, giving them something to do during their quarantines, and hopefully I can entertain you. So, let's see. Maybe you got yourself a hand while I turn up this volume thing. There we go. And I'm gonna do some songs for you, and maybe I'll answer some questions. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I won't though, but who knows? Let's see. Here, I'm gonna do the I don't want to do this. This is weird. It's a weird song I'm gonna do. So I don't know why I'm starting with this, but I'm going to because I feel like it, and that's entertaining. So that's entertainment. This is a song called "Sweet Morphine." Darling, are the restless sea, with your black heart raging over me. Has the blue sky seen the same trouble as we? Tell me true, love the restless sea. There are three things never satisfied: the grave, your heart, and mine. But I will hold you in my arms where rust and sorrow lie underneath the pounding main tonight. By now, you must have found better than me. I'm sure Jupiter and Orpheus have charmed you off your feet by now. I'm sure you've gotten over me. While you're kissing clouds and gods, I'll be crawling on my knees. Sweet morphine, sweet morphine. Yes, I've come to know you are the endless night. High above my love in the constellation light, waving your fingertips of sea over the dark on the face of the deep. In this night, I know you well indeed. By now, you must have found better than me. I'm sure Jupiter and Orpheus, they've charmed you off your feet by now. I'm sure you've gotten over me. While you're kissing clouds and gods, I'll be crawling on my knees. Sweet morphine. By now, you must have found better than me. I'm sure Jupiter and Orpheus, they've charmed you off your feet by now. I'm sure you've gotten over me. While you're kissing clouds and gods, I'll be crawling on my knees. Sweet morphine, sweet morphine. Thank you very much. So today I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff. I think I'll do a couple songs. I got two that I worked out today that kind of have to do with well, they don't have to do with the Ohana Festival, but to me they do. In my mind they do. So I will do that. But I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to play just some songs for you, and then hopefully entertain you. And you're welcome 1,000 times. So if if you guys are not doing anything, maybe make yourself a coffee, maybe get a glass of wine, have a Chardonnay. What of it, right? I won't have a Chardonnay, but I'll just sit here with my guitar instead. But let's get down here together and let's play some songs. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your comments coming in here, and thank you very much to the Ohana Festival for having me on their Instagram Live tonight. And let's see here. I'm going to let me do something. What am I drinking? I'm not drinking anything. Somebody's asking me what am I drinking. I'm not drinking anything. I stick to water, some coffee, soda. I don't drink, so. But it's all right. I'm not against it. No, I'm not rocking a dip. That's a gum. I'm chewing gum. So chewing gum, but I got to tuck it. See? It's gum. But I got to tuck it in my jaw while I'm playing, or else it gets sometimes it goes down the wrong pipe and then you start coughing when you're singing. So it's not good. I don't know why. It's a nervous habit. That's what happens. You give up cigs, you start chewing gum. It's the way it is. So it was better than toothpicks because I got a lot of dental work. I broke a couple teeth, so I had to get them fixed. And if you chew on toothpicks or anything like that, you mess them up. So I figured chewing gum's okay. Sugar-free, though. It's all right. Anyway, I don't know what all you guys talking about. Nicorette's is chewing gum, so don't worry about that. But here we go. So I'm going to do a song. This is a song I did a benefit a couple last weekend for Sweet Relief, and that's a foundation that helps people in the music industry and gives them some help when they need it, when they're out of work, or when they're out of work, or medical bills, stuff like that. And they work together with some other companies. But a long time ago, in the early 90s, they did a compilation, and it was a compilation called Sweet Relief, and there was a bunch of bands on it, cool bands. Soul Asylum was on it, did a great song. Pearl Jam was on it, and so I figured, why not do the song that they did? They did a cover. It was a Victoria Williams song, and it's called Crazy Mary. So I'm gonna do that song for you, and I'm gonna record it. And the people, and then I'm gonna save this because I have a friend that I gotta go send this to later. So I'm gonna send this. It's an online friend. It's not. It's a guy that I talked to online. He's a cool writer. He's writing a book, and so I'm gonna do it just to make him smile. So this is Crazy Mary, and I'm gonna do the Pearl Jam version of it because I don't know the other version. So here we go. Lived on a curve in the road, in an old tar paper shack, on the south side of the town, on the wrong side of the track. Sometimes on the way into town, we'd say, "Mama, can we stop and give her a ride?" Sometimes we did, but her hands flew from her side. Wild-eyed, crazy Mary. Down a long dirt road, past the parson's place, their old blue car we used to race. Little country store with a sign tacked to the side said no Loiteringa loud. Underneath that sign always congregated quite a crowd. Take a bottle, drink it down, pass it around. Take a bottle, drink it down, pass it around. I said, hey, take a bottle, drink it down. I said, hey, pass it around. I said, hey, take a bottle, drink it down, pass it around. One night thunder cracked, Mercy backed outside her windowsill. Dreamed I was flying above the trees, over the hills. Looked down to the house of Mary, bare bone, newspaper covered walls, Mary rising up above it all. Next morning on the way into town, saw some skid marks and followed them around. Over the curb, through the fields, to the house of Mary. Now what you fear the most will meet you halfway. That what you fear the most could meet you halfway. That what you fear the most could meet you halfway. Take a bottle, drink it down, pass it around. I said, hey, take a bottle, drink it down. I said, pass it around. I said, hey, around. Take a bottle, drink it down. I said, pass it around. I said, hey, take a bottle, drink it down. Pass it around. Pass it around. Thank you very much. That's a song that I've known probably since I was a little kid, like maybe 11 or 12 years old. I had that Sweet Relief comp and it was on there. You should check it out. It's called Crazy Mary. It was written by Victoria Williams, but Pearl Jam did a great version of it, and it's on there. And you could probably find it like pretty easily. Also, you should check out the Soul Asylum song. I think that's a Victoria Williams cover too. I don't think that they wrote that song, but they did this song called "The Summer of Drugs," and it was a cool song because I was into all the music that I was kind of in during that time. I was finding like all the bands that influenced the bands I liked then, such as all the 70s bands, the Rolling Stones, Beatles, Led Zeppelin. That was like Pink Floyd. It was like the first time I was really kind of getting to those bands, because Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and Temple of the Dog and Mother Love Bone and all those bands were sort of leading me in that direction, because I would see what their T-shirts were or what they would talk about in interviews, and I would go back, and then I would go back and check out all these bands. And they turned me on to Victoria Williams, and they turned me on to like a lot of different things, and I was kind of open to all of it, and like I am now, I'm sort of open to whatever I think it sounds good. So I know that Soul Asylum did that song called "The Summer of Drugs," and they said like, we were too young to be hippies, we missed out on the love, we turned to a teen in the late 70s in the summer of the drug. And that, I didn't turn into a teen in the 70s. I turned into a teen in the 90s. But I felt that like we had Nirvana and like the grunge generation. I guess that's what we were. But that was like a generation of like whatever. Like it could kind of go any which way. So I always felt like I missed out on like Jimi Hendrix and Woodstock, and my mom would tell me these stories. But I guess we didn't miss out on anything because we had our own bands. But you don't realize that when you're a young kid, and that was kind of like the big thing. But I love the first line of that song, that Soul Asylum cover, where they say sister got bit by a copperhead snake in the woods behind the house, and nobody was there, so I grabbed her foot and I sucked that poison out. And then he says like, sister got better in a month or two. When the swelling, it went down. And one of the best lines ever. And I started off my teenage years with the poison in my mouth. And I was like, Bruce Springsteen could have written that. That's a great line. So go check that song out, and then check out Crazy Mary too. It's such a beautiful song, and I hope I did it some sort of justice. Let me play. I'll play one of mine though. So we'll do that. We'll see. We'll see what we can come up with. And it doesn't. It's somebody said it sounds like my lyrics. I wish it sounded like my lyrics. Those pretty good lyrics. So let me check this out for you. I'll do a little bit of an interesting thing. I wrote this song a very long time ago, and I think people, when it came out, I didn't know what to say about it, but to be honest with you, like, the song was about growing up, me growing up. Like, I didn't have my dad wasn't around, so I didn't know him. And so, but my mom did the best she could, and I feel like, when you grow up in America, you sort of are like told, you work hard in the American dream, and you get, whatever, a house and a car, and you make payments and stuff. And I thought that seemed kind of like, that didn't seem very real, because I was swinging a hammer at the time, and I'm making like $10 an hour. I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't getting there was no credit. So I didn't know. I kind of didn't believe it. But then at the same time, I was in a band, so I go figure. Everybody's a hypocrite, right? Me too. So anyway, this song was kind of about growing up, and when I did it, I don't think that I think that it can come off different, and it was like you do like the loud version of a song, and it means one thing, and then one day I just kind of whipped it out and tried it, and was like, this takes on a whole different meaning. And I feel like it sort of conveys a lot of what I meant in the song. So I'm going to do this song, and I'm sure maybe some of you know it. It's a song that I wrote in 2010 in the winter, and I wrote it up in New York City. And it's called American Slang. If you're familiar with the song, check it out. Like, check it out this way, and maybe catch a new vibe off of it that you didn't know before. And I know I did, so it was different. See what you think. Maybe you like it. Maybe maybe you don't. It's all right. You got both versions though. Look what you started. Seem to be coming out of my skin. Look what you've forgotten here. Bandages just don't keep me in. When it was over, I woke up alone. When it was over, I woke up alone. Cut me to ribbons and taught me to drive. Got your name tattooed inside of my arm. And I called for my father, I told myself he died. And you told me fortunes in American slang. Look at the damage. The fortunes came for the richer men. We're left with gallows, waiting for us liars to come down and hang. But when it was over, I woke up alone. When it was over, I woke up alone, and they cut me to ribbons, told me to drop. Got your name tattooed inside of my arm, and I called for my father. My father has died, but you told me fortunes in American slang. Here's where we died that time last year, where the angels and devils meet. You can dance with the queen if you need, 'cause she will always keep your cards close to her heart. And they cut me to ribbons, they told me to drop. Got your name tattooed inside of my arm, and I called for my father. My father died, and I called for my father, so I told myself he died. Well, you told me fortunes in American slang. You told me fortunes in American slang. Thank you very much. I will save this in case you didn't get to watch it. Now I will try to save it. I'm going to save it on the thing. There's been some very kind people who have been doing, they've been screen recording this. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. One thing I did discover is, so I do a show every Wednesday and Sunday night. I do it at 8 p.m. Eastern time. With you, and I like had to burp, so I did. It's fine. But you're always like, I'm gonna choke it down. And when you're singing, it's even worse. Anyway, but so I have a show that I do every Wednesday night and Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and I interview. No, I don't really interview. It's a songwriters round. So I'll play a song, they play a song, and we talk about songwriting and what it means and what happened, what it means to us, how we do it, what's our process, what do we do when we get stuck, what do we do with insecurity. And it's just there to sort of to give people insight on our process, but it's also there to also any kind of creative thing. Even if your thing is like I'm writing something for, like, say you're working on your paper for college, your thesis or whatever they call that thing at the end of college. If you're working on that, you got to be creative. You got to come up with something. What do you do when you get stuck? Well, so here's what we do. And the thing is called sitting around at home. And so because in Nashville, when they do the songwriters rounds, they call it a round, because you always go, you go in a circle. So you go, one person plays and then person to your right, they play. And they talk about a song. And I've done some that I've done one at the Bluebird Cafe, which I thought was a big honor to do in Nashville, Tennessee. And so So it's called, and obviously we're not in a songwriters round, so we're sitting around at home. And this week I got John Paul White coming on, and he's a great songwriter that I admire very much. And I had Matthew Ryan on last week, and I'm very excited to get more people on. I think it's gonna be awesome. The more I do it, the more I love it, and I love interviewing, and not interviewing, but talking to people about songs and their crafts and everything like that. So, because that's what I love. I love songs. I love them. If there's one thing, that's not a person in this world, I love songs. That's my thing. I'm grateful every day that there's music, because I think it's the best thing ever. And I think that to be able to come on and get, like a festival like Ohana to have me on there, I think this is awesome. And to be able to do their Instagram live, ask me to do it. They could have asked any one of those famous people on there, to do it. And I'm sure they did. But hey, I'm here too. So it's cool. And they have the Pretenders, one of my favorite bands of all time. And I think that, that's going to be amazing. I hope that festival goes. I'm hoping that this all passes over us, and it's just a season. I hope that this is a season that we will all fondly remember, when it taught us maybe to care about each other a little bit more. And I think it's kind of a reset button for us right now. I don't really know. I hope you all are safe, and if you're not safe, then I think that hopefully you're getting better. That's what I'm hoping. So I'm gonna stick around here for a little bit longer, and I think that that's what I'll do. And I'll play the songs. It's so weird, sitting in a room without without an audience. I know you're there, and I'm trusting, but I don't know. It's so weird because there's no feedback. But I appreciate that you're all here, and I like that after I'm done, they do the comments about it. It's nice. And then I think that, like, someone is saying the national the singer. I don't know him, so I don't know if I can reach out to him. I'm sure he's not very easy to reach. Like his phone number's not just laying around. So, but I don't know. Like, whoever, I like having songwriters on there, so it'd be good. But maybe why not someday? Who knows? Shoot for the stars, right? So, you know what? I could get Peter Cadis to reach out. They know each other. Anyway, so a clap. Somebody said play a clap track in the background. That's a pretty good idea. My grandmother, God rest her soul, she used to hate that more than anything. When she would watch, like, movies, she goes, this is what my grandmother said, God bless her, so good. She used to go, I'm no fool, I know when to laugh. I don't need you to tell me when to laugh. Turn that laugh track off. She used to get furious about it. So laugh tracks drove her crazy, and horse races were the best thing in the world. She would turn the TV up to 100 and scream, cheering for the horses. She loved it so much. So anyway, but let's see. I got something I could play you here now, and I'll do that. I'll just do that. Let me just do that. I don't know. Let's see here. I think this way. I don't know what to do. I'm thinking now, up and down. Like, what do I do? I'm not sure. We'll see. All right. That's a good idea. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. All right. I'm not taking suggestions right now, so don't stop it with that. Let's see. Well, you know what? In honor of my grandmother's love for horses, I'll play the song Horses. How about that? So here you go. This is a song called Horses. One day I believe that we'll be carried away by pretty horses, and the night will open wide, stretch our arms and float out in the rivers, and your life would be my light. In our love we find forgiveness, in our fear we learn to see. But in my chains I saw us running, free as all the pretty horses in my dreams. Maybe it was planned when the angels spoke your name into existence, that our hearts would be entwined. Only time in life and a little you. In our love we find forgiveness, in our fear we learn to see. In my chains I saw us running, free as all the pretty horses in my dreams. And in this life change comes slowly, time to be redeemed, and any lie you told can be forgiven if you love enough to believe. If you love enough to believe. We don't mind the weight we carry. We don't talk about no wasted years. And I'll be right here to lean on if the living gets too heavy and the darkness comes snapping at your heels. We don't mind the weight we carry. We don't talk about no wasted years. And I'll be right here to lean on if the living gets too heavy, just like all the pretty horses in our dreams. Thank you very much. And let's see, what was I going to say? I had something to say right in the middle of it. I had something to say. I was like, oh, don't forget to say that to him. And then I forgot. So, I don't know. But I'll tell you that I've been excited today. I was practicing for this. You know, I got a special one that I'm going to do. This is probably one of my favorite songs growing up that I did. And it'll keep in theory. So, you know, the Ohana Festival is tied in with Pearl Jam and Eddie Vedder. And they were very influential to me, and they've been very kind to me throughout any interactions I've had with them, albeit limited, but always such kind people. So what I'm going to do is before I bust out of here and then go try and figure out which movie I'm going to watch, I've been doing this thing where, you know, it's kind of, obviously it's a weird time, but one time I heard a story about a woman who's very depressed, and she couldn't really like get out of a funk. She was just in a funk, you know, like people get in. She went to her doctor and he said, how about you try watching a comedy every night for 30 days? She's like, that's not going to work. That's stupid. You should give me some medicine. And he said, I think that you should watch a comedy every night for 30 days. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch a comedy every night for 30 days. And sometimes just laughing at night, like to these dumb comedies. Last night we watched Risky Business. There's a lot of nudity in Risky Business. Was not aware of that. But anyway, like when you start laughing at movies, it gives you like, I don't know, like it kind of gives you a little boost. So if you're stuck at home, let me give you, Dr. Fallon here has got a prescription for you. Let's all try to watch 30 days of comedy. So let's do that every night before we go to bed. Let's just watch one comedy movie, any comedy movie you want, for 30 days, right? Let's try this. And let's see if we all feel better. I'm going to try it. I just started. I'm going to see if this works. If it doesn't work, you lost nothing. You laughed a little. So especially if you're stuck in your house by yourself, that is tough. And, you know, I feel for those people that are by yourself. But, you know, I talk a lot of trash about the internet, but there's a worldwide internet out here that, you know, you can reach out to people. There's people who care, you know, make some friends online. Maybe don't invite them over because they might be creeps. But you could definitely laugh, and you could definitely, you know, follow some podcasts or something. But there's always something going on live, I feel like, and you can, you know, you can tune in and check it out. I think the internet's been a great thing for you know, just for times like this when you're just like, we can't go anywhere, we're all stuck inside. I think this is great. So I don't know nothing. I'm just passing it on. I hope that it helps. But this is a special song to me, and it's this is a song. This record was made. The guys in Pearl Jam got together with the guys in Soundgarden, and they did a record for their friend who had passed, Andrew Wood, from the singer of Mother Love Bone, and they made a record, and it was it's one of the best records I think to ever exist. I hold it up there with all the great records, and it is definitely one of my favorite records. And no, I'm not going to do. I'm going want to do a song called "Call Me a Dog," and it's in tribute to one of my heroes that I've seen at the Count Basie Theater in Red Bank, New Jersey, Chris Cornell. Saw him live solo. So I'm going to do this song called "Call Me a Dog" that Chris Cornell wrote, and God bless his family and his children right now, and wherever he is, I hope he's happy with my version. But here we go. We're going to try this, okay? Thank you very much to the Ohana Fest for having me, and thank you for having me on your Instagram Live. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for you're keeping me just as much company as I'm keeping you, so I appreciate it. Thank you, and I will see you on my own Instagram, The Brian Fallon, at The Brian Fallon, on Sunday night for Sitting Around at Home, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And thank you, everybody. And so this one for Chris Cornell, wherever you are. Call me a dog, well, that's fair enough, 'cause it ain't no use to pretend you're wrong. When you call me out, you can't hide anymore. I have no disguise, you can't see through. You say it's bad luck to have fallen for me. What can I say to make it good for you? You want me out like an old winter coat, trying to be safe from the cold. Oh, when it's my time thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And thank you to the Ohana Fest for having me on. And I look forward to seeing you all on Sunday.